Hello, Sober Army. How are you? This is Craig Beck, aka the Stop Drinking Expert. This is not about alcohol at all. I'm just jumping in to give you a quick health update. Uh, I don't like doing this because the British bit of me feels awkward and uncomfortable talking about myself. It all feels a bit me. Uh, I'll get over myself and just give you a quick update, because quite a few people in the members area have been asking how I am and what's the latest after my horrendous hospital experience. So this is just a really quick video just to give you a quick update. I am recuperating. I'm getting better. Um, it's quite a lot of things have changed for me. I just can't quite put my finger on what they are yet. I feel different. My view of the world has changed, but I can't quite articulate it yet. So I'm still working on that. But just as regards my physical health, I'm only really just discovering now how bad the situation was, um, and how bad the care I got was. Because as you know, I went into hospital with appendicitis, which is a serious situation, but it's very common, happens every day. Thousands, millions of people have had the operation. It's entirely survivable, but there are complications and there are risks attached to it. Um, I think I had such a terrible time and spent so long in hospital. I mean, my daughter had her appendix out and she was discharged 4 hours after the operation. I spent 10, 11 days in hospital, in two different hospitals. I think the reason I had such a bad time was down to the care I received initially. I think they underestimated the severity of my condition, and I was left on a trolley um, in a corridor for 12 hours. So I think I needed emergency surgery right now, and because the operating theatre wasn't available, I was left for 12 hours. By which point things had got very bad. The infection had got out of control. There was gangrene in my abdomen. There was the appendix itself had necrosis, which basically means I had a piece of dead meat inside me that was a kind of leaking poison into my abdomen. Um, then they started pumping me full of saline uh, relentlessly for about 3 days, until they caused what I think is called a fluid overload. And what that means is that your body is so full of liquid, so full of water, that it washes out all of the essential minerals that you need, like potassium and magnesium and all these sorts of things. And if it gets really bad, the fluid has nowhere to go. So it starts going into really vital organs like your lungs, and that's called pulmonary edema. And you can get pulmonary edema if you have 5 to 10 liters of extra fluid in your body. That's considered a fatal condition for people who have compromised health. Um, I think I had 15 liters of fluid, excess fluid in my system, and it started leaking into my lungs. Uh, the other problem is when you have that amount of fluid in your body, your heart finds it hard to pump it. Um, so I didn't know it at the time, but the doctors were making me worse. I was at risk of heart failure because of all the fluid. I was struggling to breathe because I had pulmonary edema, and I was complaining to the nurses and doctors that I was finding it hard to breathe, and they ignored me. They dismissed me and said, it'll be fine. Then they discharged me with pulmonary edema and an infection score of 327. Bearing in mind it's supposed to be under 5. So it's no wonder that 6 hours later I ended up in another hospital, and they started trying to mop up the damage caused by the first hospital. So I am very lucky to still be here. Uh, I don't think even though I said in one of the videos I nearly died, um, I don't think even I realized how complicated and the full story of what was going on. So I had a very bad time. Um, we're like 15 days post-op now. Um, I'm coming off the antibiotics. I'm coming off the painkillers. My fluid levels are going down. Um, I am now, I think I'm now 14 kilos lighter th- than when I left hospital. Um, so that's the update. That's the update. It was bad. It was very bad. And thank you for all your kind messages. I've read them all. I haven't been able to reply to them all, but trust me, I've read every single one, and they all mean the world to me. And I thank you very much for your support and your prayers and your kind words. It's very sweet of you. Um, so look, I'm on the mend. I'm on the mend. I feel better each day, but it's slow progress. But I feel better. So thank you for asking, and I'll be back to my normal flow pretty soon, I hope, and we'll speak soon. So thanks a lot. See you soon.